Good morning, and this morning you're stuck with me ugly mug again, and the reason for that is I want to get this one done as quickly as possible and go and grab myself a cup of tea. And what I want to talk about is how expensive it's going to get this year for gamers. And it is going to get very expensive because there's an awful lot of hardware dropping this year. We already know about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but there's a lot of retro stuff coming, and if you also factor in PC gaming, well, there's a lot of PC hardware that looks like it might drop this year as well. So it could get very expensive, especially if, like me, you like retro and you like the new stuff and you like PC gaming and all the rest of it. What got me thinking about this, though, was last night as I'm recording this, I received an email from Intellivision saying that my pre-order for the Amico Founders Edition had gone through. So they've taken my deposit and they will, at a later date, they will take some more money. And then on October the 10th, I should get a shiny new neo retro wood grain finished Amico in the post, hopefully. And yeah, as I say, I'm looking forward to that. And it should be a lot of fun. Tommy Tallarico is a pretty cool guy. And I'm hoping the console will be cool as well. Before we get that, though, we will be getting the EverKade. And the EverKade is, for those of you who don't know, a handheld console that uses cartridges to allow you to play old games from those cartridges via emulation. And it's coming with, I think on launch, they're going to have 10 cartridges available. And those cartridges are around about $15, well, £15 each, $20. And the actual bundles that you can get, some come with a few games, some come with all the games. And they range in price from £59.99 to £149.99. And the £149.99 one comes with all the games, and that's the one I've pre-ordered. I couldn't get the black one, that was a limited edition, but I have got the white one coming, and I'm quite happy with that. So again, I'm quite excited for that. As I say though, following on from that, we've got the Amico coming on the 10th of October, and the Founders Edition is going to be $300. The Standard Edition is going to be $149 to $179, and I'm not sure what the differences in those are. I know with the Founders Edition, you get a lot of extra bits and pieces. So as I said before, I'm really excited for that one. But with those two already, it's starting to look a rather expensive year. And we've not even got started yet. Following on from those, we've got no specific date for this other than sometime in 2020. We've got the Analogue Pocket turning up. Now, the Analogue Pocket uses FPGA to allow you to basically simulate hardware. So it's not using emulation, it's using simulation, so you can actually replicate the hardware exactly as it was in the original console. So games should run exactly as they did on the original consoles, assuming that the FPGA has been programmed correctly. And Analogue have got a really good reputation for being able to do a really good job. Now, the Analogue Pocket is coming out for the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. And it's going to have a color screen, and it looks like the color screen is going to be something else. It's nothing like we've ever seen on a gaming console or a portable before. Certainly not for old games like this. And yeah, I'm quite excited for this. I haven't pre-ordered it. I'm not sure that pre-orders have gone up. I'm kind of going to hold my fire on this one and wait and see a little bit. They're talking about it selling out, which I can imagine. It does have the ability to play other handhelds as well using adapters. And you should be able to play Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Color, Atari Lynx, and they say and more as well. And it's going to have 2 FPGAs on board, which also means that people are going to be able to program the second one. So you should be able to add other systems to it as well. And that's really exciting. There's all sorts of things going on under the hood with this one. And yeah, my ears to the ground looking at this. It's going to cost $199. I actually don't think that's bad for what it is. And as I say, I am really excited for this. It also comes with a dock that will allow you to connect it to your television. So you should be able to play these games in the best way that you've ever seen them. And the dock's going to cost extra, but we don't know how much that's going to cost. Again, this is getting expensive, though, if you're going to get all of these. There's also, without a specific date, and should be arriving this year, the Playday. Now, the Playday, for those of you who don't know, is a little handheld with a winder on it, and the winder should be used for controlling games. It's a controller of sorts. Not sure how this is going to work. It's a little black and white handheld. Interesting. I'm not so interested in this myself though, personally. It's an interesting little curio, but I think the price kind of puts me off a bit. With all the other stuff that I've been looking at, adding this to it, $149 for something that is a little curiosity. Not sure. I know that Count over at Gamecast is really interested in this one, as is my mate who you might have seen on our C64 retrospective. He loves the idea of this, and he's talking about maybe being able to develop something for it as well, although he doesn't know. And yeah, I think, as I say, it's interesting, but $149 for something like that, I'm not sure how much I would use it. Some people might, and it might turn out to be excellent, who knows. Moving on from these, we've got the big boys though, and they're turning up holiday this year. We've got the Xbox and the PlayStation, I've already mentioned them. We don't know how much they're going to cost yet, but I've already made a video saying that there's speculation out there that it's going to cost $499 for the Xbox Series X. And I said in that video, I think that's actually a really good price. If it does actually drop at that price, I think it'll sell really well. And I think we could see the PlayStation coming in at the same price or thereabouts. They could, of course, be a lot more expensive. But if they do come in at that price, I think they will sell pretty well. Certainly as you get more games for them as time moves on. But yeah, add those two together, you're talking £1,000 there, pretty much. And if they get more expensive, you could be talking about $1,200. It could get very expensive very, very quickly. And then we factor in the Switch Pro, which we don't even know if that's going to turn up this year, if it's going to turn up at all. But if it does, probably going to come in around about, what, $399? I can't imagine it coming in at much less than that. This is Nintendo. They like to make a profit on their hardware. And with those three, if they do all drop this year and you want all three of them, well, you're talking getting on for 1,500 quid. So again, it's getting very, very expensive. Something that isn't too expensive is the Chinese Retro, but as ever, we're going to be seeing a load of those this year. I've bought a couple of those over time. They range in price from around about $50 to $100, sometimes more, but that's usually around about what they cost. And if you're getting a couple of those, again, it's more money, not a lot of money in and of itself, but it all adds up, doesn't it? And then something I mentioned earlier, PC parts. Now I'm looking to buy, or build in fact, a new PC this year. And we're looking at parts coming from AMD. We've already seen the 3900 and the 3950. And I'll be looking at building a PC around those if I can afford to this year. Could end up putting it off till next year again. I keep putting it off till next year. We've also got Nvidia. Look like they might be releasing the 3080 to replace the 2080 or the 2080 Ti. And if we see the 3080 and the 3080 Ti coming this year, and I start looking at those, well, you're looking at least £1,000 for those. And knowing Nvidia, the 2080 Ti, what, 1,200, somewhere around that price, up to 15. You're probably looking at the 3080 being even more. Well, the 3080 Ti being even more. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to afford that. But all things considered, with all these things dropping, as I say, it could get very expensive this year. And that's before you even start factoring in games for the things like the PlayStation 4, or sorry, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So yeah, it could get very expensive. And as I say, I want to build a PC for content creation because mine's getting a bit slow and chuggy. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it could get very, very expensive this year. I think it's going to be the most expensive year in gaming for some time. And we all know with the new consoles dropping, the games are going to go up in price as well. I know they'll tell us that games haven't gone up for years, but they will do. And they'll find some way of getting more money out of us for these games. But anyway, that's what I think. You guys have to tell me in the comments. Well, you don't have to, but you should come in the comments and tell me what you're looking forward to. Any of this hardware you're looking forward to? Will you be getting a PlayStation 5, an Xbox, an EverKade? Will you be looking at the Analog devices portable? any of these things. Will you be getting one or the other? Will you be getting, I don't know, something I've not heard of? And if there's something I've not heard of, let me know in the comments and I'll look into that as well. I'm sure there's some other stuff that could be dropping this year that I've not heard of yet, or that I've heard of and forgotten about. But anyway, that's me done. I'm going to go and get that cup of tea that I mentioned earlier. And I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends and all the usual gubbins. And as I say, I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye.